You didn't stumble upon this message by accident. This moment was designed for you. If you are hearing my voice right now, it means something far greater than you can comprehend is unfolding. There are no coincidences in the realm of the divine. There's a reason your spirit led you here at this exact moment in time. Something deep inside of you has felt it, like an unexplainable pull, a shift in the energy around you. God is calling you right now, not tomorrow, not next year, not when you feel ready. This very moment, something powerful is about to happen in your life. But before you take another breath, before you even blink, there's something urgent you need to understand. The time of hiding is over. The time of questioning yourself, doubting your worth, fearing your future, it ends now, because you have been chosen, and what happens next will shock you. But before we go any further, pause this video, take a deep breath, and do 3 things. Hit the like button. This isn't for me. This is a declaration of alignment. Subscribe, because this is just the beginning of your awakening. Comment 77 below. This number will amplify the spiritual energy of this message. If you're truly chosen, you'll feel it. And you will watch until the very end, because what I'm about to reveal next will shake your soul. You've been kept in the dark for too long. For years you felt like something was missing, like you were meant for more, but no one ever told you what it was. You've felt the weight of doubt, fear, and confusion, haven't you? You've looked around and wondered, why do I feel different? Why does it feel like the world doesn't see me for who I really am? That's because they never wanted you to know. The world has been hiding something from you. And once you hear this next part, there will be no going back. Because the truth is, you were never meant to fit in. You weren't meant to blend into the background. You were set apart, chosen. But here's where it gets even deeper. They saw it in you before you saw it in yourself. That's why they doubted you. That's why they rejected you. They could sense your power before you even understood it, and instead of helping you, they tried to break you. Think about it. The people who should have believed in you the most doubted you first. The ones who should have stood by you left you alone. The ones who should have encouraged you laughed at you because they knew you had something they didn't. And if you ever figured it out, if you ever tapped into the full power of your calling, everything would change. So they tried to make you doubt yourself. They tried to convince you that you were just another person, just like everyone else. But you're not. And here's where everything shifts. Do you feel that? That shift in the air? That pressure in your chest? That unshakable knowing, even if you can't explain it? That's because this is the moment everything changes. This is the moment you wake up. For so long, the world tried to convince you that you were ordinary, that you should stay quiet, stay small, follow the rules, and never question why you felt different. But you always knew, somewhere deep inside, you always felt like something was off. Like there was more to you than what people saw. Like you were carrying something that no one else around you could understand. And you were right. Because they didn't want you to know the truth. You were never meant to be like them. You weren't meant to be part of the system, the routine, the cycle of mediocrity. You weren't meant to follow. You were meant to lead. But the moment you start embracing that power, everything changes. Because the second you recognize what's inside of you, the world will have no choice but to take notice. And that's why they tried to break you before you ever figured it out. Think about it. Why do you think you faced so much rejection? Why do you think people doubted you, dismissed you, even laughed at you? Why do you think your path has been so much harder than theirs? It's not because you were weaker. It's because you were stronger. They saw it before you did, and they knew. If you ever realized your power, you would be unstoppable. If you ever tapped into your calling, you would rise above everything that held you back. If you ever spoke your truth, the entire world would have to listen, and that terrified them. So they tried to convince you that you were powerless. They tried to convince you that you were just another face in the crowd. They tried to make you forget who you are. But that ends right now, because this is your awakening. This is the moment you claim your power back. Now that you know who you are, everything will change. But don't think for a second that the world will accept this transformation without a fight. The moment you embrace your true power, people will react, situations will shift. The energy around you will start to change. Some will cheer for you, others will fear you, and some will try everything in their power to bring you back down. When you awaken, they will test you. This is where most people fail, because they think once they realize their calling, everything will get easier. But in reality, that's when the real test begins. Expect people to question you. They will mock your beliefs. They will doubt your vision. They will say you've changed. And they'll be right, because you're not who you used to be. You're not playing by their rules anymore. You're becoming unstoppable, and that terrifies them. Expect resistance from unexpected places. Your own family may doubt you. Your own friends may drift away. The people you once trusted may turn their backs. Not because they hate you, not because they don't love you, but because they don't understand you anymore. They see you breaking free, and it forces them to confront their own limitations. And most people, they'd rather keep you small than face their own fears. Expect the battle within yourself. The hardest fight won't be against them. It will be against you. Your old self will try to hold you back. Your doubts will creep in. Your mind will whisper, "What if they're right? What if I fail? What if I'm not ready?" That's the final test, because the moment you refuse to go back, you become unstoppable. This is your moment of choice. Will you rise, or will you retreat? Will you keep moving, or fall back into the shadows? Will you prove them wrong, or prove them right? The choice is yours, and in the next section, I'll show you exactly how to walk into your destiny without fear, no matter who tries to stop you. They will try to stop you. They will try to break you. They will try to make you doubt yourself. But key, chosen one, this is where you separate yourself from the rest. The difference between those who rise and those who fall is not strength, not talent, not luck. It's one thing, the courage to keep moving forward no matter what. You must become unbreakable. Fear, ignore it. Doubt, walk through it. Haters, let them watch. Because when God calls you to something bigger, you don't. Ask for permission. You take your place. It's time to step forward like you were born to do this. 3 rules to walk into your destiny fearlessly. Rule number 1. No more explaining yourself. Stop trying to justify your journey to people who will never understand it. They don't see the vision inside you. They don't hear God's voice speaking to you. They don't feel the fire burning within you, and they don't have to. Your mission is not to convince them. Your mission is to become who you were meant to be. Let them doubt you. Let them mock you. It doesn't matter, because soon they won't have to believe in you. They'll see proof. Rule number 2. Stop seeking approval. You don't need anyone's permission to rise. The people waiting for validation, they stay stuck forever. But the ones who break free, they move in silence. They stop explaining. They stop defending. They stop asking for acceptance. Because chosen ones don't wait. They lead. If God gave you the vision, that means you already have the approval that matters. Rule number 3. Embrace the discomfort if it's uncomfortable. It means you're doing something right. When you're growing, it will feel lonely. When you're elevating, it will feel risky. When you're transforming, it will feel scary. But discomfort is just a sign that you're leaving behind the old version of yourself. And the old you was never meant to survive this level. What happens when God decides it's your time? Doors that were shut for years suddenly open. People who ignored you suddenly notice. Opportunities you never imagined start chasing you. This is the moment you've been waiting for. But here's the truth. Not everyone will be happy about your rise. Some will try to pull you back. They'll say you've changed. They'll try to remind you of your past. They'll act like you don't deserve this. And you know what? Let them. Because their opinions don't control your destiny. Because their doubt doesn't delay your blessings. Because their jealousy can't touch what God has ordained for you. The moment God decides to elevate you, it's already done. No enemy can block it. No hater can cancel it. No force on earth can stop it. Don't apologize for your success. Stop making yourself small to make others feel comfortable. You worked for this, you prayed for this, you fought for this. And now that it's here, walk in it. This is not the time to play it safe. This is not the time to tone yourself down. This is not the time to dim your light. God didn't bless you so you could hide. The two types of people you will meet now. 1. The ones who celebrate you. These are your people. They support your growth. They are happy to see you win. Keep them close. The ones who resent you. They liked you better when you were struggling. They feel threatened by your success. They will try to plant seeds of doubt in your mind. Let them go. You can't carry everyone to your next level. You can't explain yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you, and you don't owe them an apology for growing. When God opens a door, walk through it. No hesitation, no guilt, no fear. You earned this season. Your past doesn't define you. Your struggles prepared you. Your faith positioned you. And now, it's time to step into everything that's been waiting for you. The question is, are you ready to walk through that door? Because in the next section, we will unlock the final mindset shift that will make you completely unstoppable. Step into your power without fear. The moment of hesitation is over. You are not meant to live in the shadows, waiting for permission to embrace your calling. The time has come for you to step forward with confidence, knowing that what is meant for you cannot be taken away. There will be voices telling you to slow down, to doubt yourself, to question whether you are truly ready. But deep down, you already know the answer. You have spent years preparing for this moment, enduring struggles that refined you, waiting patiently for the breakthrough that is now unfolding. This is not the time to shrink yourself. This is not the time to hesitate. When God places an opportunity before you, your role is not to question whether you deserve it, but to step into it without fear. You cannot fail when you are walking in purpose. Fear will try to convince you that you are not ready. Doubt will whisper that you are not worthy, but neither of these things hold any real power. The only thing that matters is the path that has already been set before you. You have survived the storms. You have endured the waiting season, and now you have reached the threshold of your destiny. This is the moment where you decide. Will you let fear keep you from stepping into what has already been promised? Or will you move forward knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be? Stop seeking approval from those who do not understand your calling. Not everyone will celebrate this shift in your life. Some will question why you have changed. Others will try to hold you back, keeping you tied to the version of yourself they were most comfortable with. But your purpose is not dependent on their approval. The weight of their opinions is no longer yours to carry. Some people will distance themselves when you step into your purpose. That is not a sign that you should shrink back. It is proof that you are moving in the right direction. Let them go. Do not waste time convincing those who were never meant to understand. The power to move forward has already been given to you, boy. You do not need another sign. You do not need more reassurance. Everything you have been waiting for is already in front of you, waiting for you to step into it. You have prayed for this moment. You have asked for the path to be revealed. And now it is time to act. When you move in alignment with your purpose, there is no failure. There is only forward momentum. And in the next section, we will unlock the final step in ensuring that nothing ever pulls you back again. Walk boldly into your destiny. Everything you have been waiting for is here. The tests, the trials, the late nights wondering when your moment would arrive. This is it. The shift has already begun, and now you must decide if you are ready to walk boldly into the future that God has set before you. This is not just about acknowledging your purpose. It is about owning it. There will never be a perfect moment where every doubt disappears, where every question is answered. Faith is not about certainty. It is about stepping forward even when you cannot see the entire path. God has already cleared the way. Your role is not to wait for reassurance, but to walk in confidence, knowing that you are being divinely guided every step of the way. Leave behind what no longer serves you. You cannot step into this new season while clinging to the weight of the past. The old fears, release them. The self-doubt, let it go. The opinions of those who never understood your journey, leave them behind. This is the moment where you break free from everything that once held you back. You are no longer bound by past mistakes, past failures, or past versions of yourself that no longer serve you. This is your time to rise. Your life will never be the same. From this moment on, things will begin to move quickly. Doors will open that you never expected. Opportunities will arrive that you once thought were out of reach. This is not luck. This is not coincidence. This is divine alignment. And now, you must be ready. Do not hesitate when the opportunities arise. Do not let fear trick you into thinking you are unworthy of the blessings coming your way. You have been chosen for this, prepared for this, and positioned for this. Walk into your destiny with boldness. The waiting season is over. The breakthrough is here. This is your time. This is your moment. Step forward and never look back. You are on the edge of something life-changing, something that will redefine everything you thought you knew about your purpose. But here is the hard truth. Before you can walk in the full power of your calling, there is one thing you must do. You must let go of the version of yourself that is still afraid. For too long you've allowed doubt to whisper in your ear, telling you that you are not ready, that you are not worthy, that maybe, just maybe, you have misunderstood your calling. But God does not make mistakes. If He has chosen you, there is no room for hesitation. This is not the time to second-guess your place in His plan. Think back to the times when you have hidden in the shadows, avoiding the truth because stepping into it seemed too overwhelming. How many moments have slipped through your fingers because you allowed fear to hold you back? Not anymore. This is the moment where everything changes. When you declare your chosenness, you're making a statement not just to the world but to the forces that have tried to keep you bound. You are declaring war on every doubt, every insecurity, and every limitation that has ever tried to convince you that you are anything less than powerful. God has not called you to live in silence. He has not chosen you to remain unseen. He has chosen you to break barriers, to shake the very foundation of the world, to show others what is possible when someone truly walks in faith. And yet, the enemy has tried to convince you otherwise. He has tried to make you believe that if you step forward, you will be rejected, that if you speak, you will be mocked. But let me tell you this, fear is nothing but a distraction from your destiny. Every great move of God has been met with resistance. Look at history. Every leader, every chosen one, every person who ever stepped into greatness had to face opposition. But do you know what separates those who fulfilled their calling from those who didn't? They refused to be silenced. Right now you are standing at the crossroads between who you were and who you are meant to be. One road leads back to the comfort of staying hidden, of playing small, of never knowing what could have been. The other road? It leads straight into your destiny. It is time to choose. Will you step forward? Will you be the one who stands up and says, I am chosen and I am ready? Or will you allow fear to steal from you what was always meant to be yours? The answer is yours to give. But hear this, the moment you take that step, the entire universe will shift in your favor. Doors you never even saw will begin to open. Opportunities will begin to align, and those who doubted you, they will be forced to watch as God elevates you in ways they never imagined. This is your defining moment. You do not have to wait for another sign, another confirmation, another moment of reassurance. God has already confirmed it. Now, the only thing left to do is to step into it. The world is waiting. Your destiny is waiting. But the question remains, are you? This is it. The moment that will separate who you were from who you are destined to be. You can feel it. Something inside you is shifting, breaking, transforming. The weight of fear, of hesitation, of self-doubt, it's all falling away because now you see the truth. You were never meant to blend in. You were never meant to live an ordinary life. From the moment you took your first breath, God had already placed something inside you that the world cannot ignore. But for so long, you have dimmed your own light because of the opinions of others. You have questioned your worth because of their rejection. You have stayed silent because of their doubt. No more. This is the moment where everything shifts, the moment where you take your place. You have been chosen, not by man, not by society, but by God Himself. And when God chooses you, no one can unchoose you. They may try to stop you. They may laugh at you. They may mock you. But they cannot undo what God has already written, because the truth is, your destiny was never in their hands. It was always in His. Look around you. Everything you have been through, the struggles, the heartbreaks, the disappointments, none of it was for nothing. Every battle prepared you. Every rejection refined you. Every closed door positioned you for something greater. And now it is time to step into it. Step into the calling that has been waiting for you. Step into the power that has been inside you all along. Step into the version of yourself that no longer asks for permission to shine. Because when you do, everything will change. When you stand in your truth, you will attract the opportunities meant for you. When you declare your calling, you will silence every voice that ever doubted you. And when you walk in faith, you will see doors open that no man can shut. But the first step? It's yours to take. You do not need anyone's validation. You do not need anyone's permission. The only approval that matters has already been given to you by God Himself. So, tell me, are you ready? Because once you step forward, there is no turning back. This is your moment. This is your calling. This is your destiny. And the world is about to witness what happens when a chosen one finally steps into their power. Everything up until now has been leading to this. The battles, the doubts, the setbacks, they were never meant to break you. They were meant to build you, to refine you, to prepare you. Because now, you are no longer the same person who once questioned their worth. You are stepping into your power, and when you do, the world will feel it. There will be no denying who you are, no ignoring your presence, no doubting your purpose. Because when God calls you, the whole universe moves to make way for your destiny. The people who once overlooked you, they will see the voices that once mocked you. They will go silent. The obstacles that once stood in your way, they will crumble before you, because when you fully embrace who you were always meant to be, nothing, and I mean nothing, can stop what God has already written for you. The fear that kept you bound, it has no power anymore. The hesitation that made you shrink, it is gone. The doubt that made you question yourself, it no longer belongs to you, because this is the moment where everything changes. This is where you step into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. No more waiting, no more asking for permission, no more explaining yourself to people who will never understand your calling. This is your time. And when you take that first step, the right people will recognize you. The right doors will open. The right opportunities will align, and the ones who doubted you, they will watch in awe as God elevates you in ways they never expected. So take a deep breath. Feel the power rising inside of you. You are chosen, and the world is about to see exactly what that means. This is it, the moment of undeniable truth. Everything you've endured, everything you fought through, has led you here. There is no turning back now. You are chosen, and it is time for the world to know. No more questioning. No more second-guessing the path that has been set before you. Because when God marks you for something greater, it is already written. The obstacles, they were tests. The setbacks, they were setups. The doubt, it was never yours to carry. Because in this moment, you are standing at the edge of a breakthrough so powerful, it will shake the very foundation of your life. What's coming next? It's beyond anything you have ever imagined. And the people who didn't believe in you, they will witness firsthand what happens when God's favor is placed upon someone's life. They will have no choice but to respect it. Because the success The elevation, the undeniable transformation that is about to take place in your life will be proof of God's power. It will be so evident, so overwhelming, so undeniable. Even your enemies will have to acknowledge it. And when they ask, "How did you do it?" you will simply say, "God did it." Because this is not just success. This is divine alignment. This is your destiny unfolding before your eyes. This is your confirmation that everything you believed in was real. So, step into it. Own it. Because you are not just walking into a new season. You are walking into the proof that you were chosen all along, and now the world will finally see it.